Hello, welcome back to Final Fantasy Remastered commentary walkthrough. So, we are going to advance the plotline. No more side questing that needs to be done here. I'm at Shumi Village right now because I want to draw from the ultimate draw point at least one more time before I jump into the next story section, because you're going to be locked into it until pretty much the end of Disc 2. Squall is going to be hit pretty nicely now. So then you'll see with Ultima at 74, it's now going to give us absorption for all that magic right there. And this, I would actually recommend pretty highly for when we start battling bosses and stuff, because they're going to cast a lot of things, cast magic at you pretty much towards, like, you know, the ending chapters of each disc. Not super imperative right now, because against regular monsters we don't really need to do that unless you want to. But just make sure that you have a backup magic, you know, that's going to have to take its place. So anything will really do, as long as it's high level, then it'll get you through, you know, what you need to get through here. But you want to see those green stars, because that means you're going to absorb that element, and putting Ultima with life is going to make me absorb at least 4% of the damage that I would have received if I wasn't protected. Alright, so anyway, with that taken care of, we are now going to head over towards the orphanage that we all used to live at, which is right here. And last episode I accidentally came up a little too close and I bumped into that. So just be wary that as soon as you bump into the garden, you're going to be thrusted into the next part of the battle, or next part of the story. So then have a backup save outside in case you want to do anything else. You want to keep drawing Ultima, you want to finish up any kind of side quest or anything you want to do for this part of the game. And then when you run over to the orphanage, you're going to get a message saying that you feel like something huge is nearby. So they're not going to allow you to continue into here. You do have to do this little garden-on-garden battle. And we'll go ahead and let some scenes play out, and I'll rejoin once we have an option. So these will affect your seed rank depending on the answers that you do. You got some little gag reactions here, what to do with the hot dogs, some stupid things like this. So just choose the best answers. You're going to be going into an attack. So the proper answers, if you want full points for this, is going to be prepare for the attack, and prepare your defense, and then take care of the junior classmen. And then after that, you say no order / end. And you'll know that it was good order because Nita over here will say, like, don't you think that was just a little too much or something like that. That's when you know you did it wrong, and you're not going to get any kind of seed ranking bonuses for that. So talk to the comrades, and we're just going to have to come up with a plan on how we're going to repel this attack. So if you had any of your guys junction, you know, you're going to do a lot of junctioning back and forth here. The party's going to switch like every 5 seconds, so get ready for this part. So he's trying to give us a little reminder here, like saying, "Hey, don't worry about equipping your GFs because we're about to make this really havoc on you." So okay, move on. Talk to these students who are just kind of confused right now and a little scared. Squall will give them orders. Then we want to go down to the first floor here. Head towards the front gate. So you'll see all the beautifully made, pixelated people around here along mixed with the HD remaster guys. A new save point on this side. So head towards the quad, which is where they want you to go. And then this is going to advance the next little piece of this battle. So in the true spirit of Final Fantasy, things are getting really serious, but you know, we have to ask for these dumb little things. Kind of take away from the true purpose of what's going on here. So Zell's going to take Squall's ring that he wears. All for the sake of Rinoa. She fits in wonderfully, right? Alright, moving on. This is some of the coolest stuff this game has to offer with these cutscenes. And here's what I mean by we are going to have to do some switching around. So we'll go ahead and oblige this part. Don't worry too much about your HP. There'll be some random encounters here, but nothing bad. You just have to make it down towards here, but you can hit random encounters. And go ahead and pop a tent on this. Alright, so that message keep popping up telling us to go to the second floor, so we're just going to do that. Now, the upcoming battle is going to be against 4 unique G-Soldiers that we have never encountered before. They're like a green variety of them, but they love to cast status elements. And for whatever reason, their most favorite one is going to be Confuse. So, honestly, you just want to defeat these guys as quickly as possible, and if you can put a status defense on one of your guys, put it on Confuse. Put Confuse on one of the defenses so that at least you have one defense against it. But pretty much the same rules apply. These are just regular Galbadian soldiers. You know, you can drain them, death them. They're weak to other status elements, so it's not too bad. But if you let them get out of hand, then yeah, the battle can be kind of tough. They also like casting Blind and Silence too. Nothing really important on them. You just, like I said, they are just status element crazy right now. And luckily they just did that. Go ahead and kill that. So I got good RNG on that. They just casted slow on me, but usually they really do go for Confuse a lot, and that can just completely mess up the battle. Confuse is really dangerous because it's like a double-edged sword, you know? We have very powerful characters, and, you know, if we're messing around with getting confused, we can attack each other, and if you have someone like Squall who gets confused, he can wipe your whole team on his own, you know. But if you don't want encounters or anything like that, then keep encounter none on, because there'll be a bunch of random battles from here on out. So, this section, oh boy. This is probably one of the worst little mini games this game has to offer. So we're gonna have to go rescue that kid that was just running down the hallway there, and we're gonna get thrust into this mini game of punch, kick, and block with a Galvadian soldier flying through the air. So honestly, if you want a real strat here, it's just button mash. You know, you can, if you want to, you can time your punches and your kicks wisely. If you block enough of his attacks, you're going to get an option to do what's called a death blow, and it'll do like critical damage and pretty much eliminate most of his HP bar. If you fail this, it won't be a game over unless you select it to be a game over, and then you'll have to restart from your last save. You can redo this fight as many times as you want, because if you lose, they're going to give you an option to restart it with HP plus 20%, 40%, 80%, whatever. Now, if you choose these options, your seed rank does take a hit. How much you really care about your seed rank at this point in the game depends on you, but honestly, I haven't even taken a single test yet, and you know, we've been between 11, 12, 10 this entire time. And you get a lot of money. So if you're worried about it, take the seed test, gain the ranks back, you know, if this mini game is too much, or try to get it in one go, and you know, it'll just help you out for your seed ranking. So this can be kind of difficult. Sometimes you can get it in one hit, and sometimes you get it like in 3, you know. But what's really bad about this mini game is that you start off with, you know, HP already lost because of this scene that you can't avoid. And that sucks. Like, a quarter of my bar is already gone. So don't move anywhere. Just stand here and hit the X option. And what you're going to do is you're going to select look around for another option so you don't lose any more HP. Continue to stand still and do not move. If you move in any direction, he's going to pin you to the wall and you're going to lose more HP. So hit X again. And then all these options will make you take damage. So just push the button for the emergency exit. And we will get flung outside. And then from here, just punch him, kick him. Honestly, the kick's a little bit quicker. So yeah, you want to mix in a few blocks. You don't want to just completely try to like punch and kick, otherwise he's going to get the upper hand on you. This section's pretty cool, I like it. The dude that gets clotheslined off his bike is my favorite part. Select the jewelry name. It don't really matter. It's not going to change anything. But just keep in mind of the name of that little thing there. We'll be seeing Griever somewhere in the future. Alright, so in the back area over here, there's a hidden drop point for aura. Just keep smashing. There we go. And yeah, you'll draw more auras. It will not replenish, so that was your only draw from that thing. So honestly, depending on your situation, whatever you need to do here for leveling, it's a good time to start doing it, because there's a lot of really strong enemies that will provide you a bunch of experience points. And if you're getting these bonuses, now is a good time to start using those bonuses, because you're going to be leveling up. Ideally, I mean, anything past 30 is pretty much max level for a lot of the monsters in the game. And that's when you're going to see like their best equipment drops and their best magics that you can draw from them. But because of the average level of our party right now, Irvine's kind of hurting us a little bit because of his low leveling here. If you want to get everyone at least up to 22, I think that's a good stopgap for most of, the second disc here. So then when we go into the third disc and we start facing off against the more powerful bosses of the game, they'll actually have a lot better magic that we can draw from them, and some of the tougher monsters in the entire game too. But caveat to that, if you do that, you're also increasing the level of the enemies. But it shouldn't matter too much unless if you grabbed GF Tonberry here, because he comes with a level down and level up ability. So if you're really struggling, you gain too many levels and you can't face down a certain monster, just equip this guy, use the command for level down, and it'll make everything much more doable at that point. And then you can also use the level up feature if you're trying to get some certain items, which probably cover in the next part, because there's no point talking about it right now. So that was the Balam and Galvadia garden fight. Honestly, one of my favorite sections of the entire game, to be honest. And I mean, you could tell that's like where a lot of the budget was put, because they put in so many cutscenes, and the battle itself was pretty cool. Being at the time that it was in 1999 when they released this, I mean, they could only do so much with what they showed there. In hopes for a remake one day, we see this battle in full HD glory. We actually can see all the students actually battling just like we did there at the ending sequence, and make this a little bit longer of a section, because it was really quick. Nothing important in there other than just giving the right answers. A lot of the stuff that you do there will affect your seed rank, and that's pretty much the only penalty that you'll suffer if everything goes completely wrong. So in the next episode, we are going to do the entirety of the Galvadia Garden, and once we reach the final boss for Galvadia Garden, it will tell us to go into Disc 3. So this is the final area of Disc 2. If there was anything you wanted to do outside of here, that content is completely locked off right now. So that's why I recommend that you put a backup save somewhere on the outside world in case you don't like your junctioning, you want to go get Odin, you want to go get Tonberry, whatever you want to do. This is, that was your final opportunity before you enter the Galvadia versus Balam garden fights there. And in this section, there's going to be a lot of back and forth. We have to do like a miniature scavenger hunt for some key cards so that we can get around this garden. And then there's going to be a brand new GF that is going to be paramount to get. So this GF that we're going to get in this area is missable because he only appears here, and this is the last time that you will be able to enter Galvadia Garden for the rest of the game. But we'll cross that when we come to it. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.